Hey guys, so I am back with Sector 2 today for this Conquest series that we are playing to unlock Luthen. So as usual, I am going to go through the feats in this sector specifically, as well as the mini-boss and the boss and teams that I'm using and what's sort of working with my discs. And then we can hopefully get you on your way through Sector 2. So before we hop in though, I do want to say, as usual, thank you so much to my patrons. I really appreciate the support. It doesn't go unnoticed. But let's look at these Sector 2 feats. So pretty straightforward. There is a little bit of double dipping that can happen, but not a lot in terms of each other. So defeating 35 enemies, you have to do this twice. One is with Rebel fighter units and one is with Imperial trooper units. Attempt to inflict potency down 50 times, pretty straightforward. And then winning 10 battles with a full squad of Night Sister units, also pretty straightforward. So, like I said, there's not a lot of double dipping you can do like within the feats together. But there is a little bit in the global feats that can be double dipped, which is pretty helpful. So as usual, let's look at the gameplay and hopefully that'll help you on your way. Okay, so let's start with the most obvious, which is 10 battles with a full squad of Night Sister units. So obviously you can't underman this. You got to go in with 5 Night Sisters here. And these are the discs that I have on my account. So 1 Fortified, 1 Zealous Ambition, and 1 Amplify Agony. Fun fact, the Night Sisters, pretty much all of them are tagged as support or healer. So when you go in with Zealous Ambition, they are going to absolutely wreck. It is tons of fun. So you're going to go in, full Night Sister squad. This is the squad that I like to use. Talzin lead, Daka, Asajj, Marin, and Zombie. This team ramps really nicely and you basically just go in and get the win. They don't all need to survive, so keep that in mind when you are making your way through, and it will be fine. Like obviously you're not going to necessarily 3-star, but as long as you're getting the win, that's really what matters with this team. And then, of course, like the really great thing with Daka being there, you can have the revive. Talzin lead, you have another opportunity for the revive if that is necessary. But the more Zealous Ambition you have, the better, because you're going to be doing even more damage with pretty much all of them, except for Zombie, since she is the tank. So really straightforward. Obviously, there's only one way to get that feat done, is to win 10 times. Okay, so I have 3 potency down right now. That's what I want to focus on next. And I like to use Grandmaster Yoda to get potency down because he has it on his basic. So it's pretty easy to spam. But I also want to double dip with the Jedi Cal kills from the global feats. So I am going to bring him with me. And since it's a full Jedi team, you don't need to bring in Watt or anything like that. Luke's going to taunt. Jedi Master Luke's going to taunt from his leadership. And then I like Shock and Hermit Yoda because they can call the assists. So with this, obviously, you want to call Grandmaster Yoda to assist because you want him to do his basic and pump out as much potency down as possible. Now, normally I would call Jedi Cal to assist because I want him to get kills. But in this case, I am happy to have him possibly land a kill by dragging him along and focusing on potency down, especially since the kills can be done in any sector. So he's pretty much just there as a bonus. If he gets a kill, great. If he doesn't, that's fine. And then Hermit Yoda and Shock are going to be able to call Grandmaster Yoda with their specials if they can't use Jedi Master Luke's ability to do it that way. If you also wanted to, you could add Captain Rex to the squad and then triple dip on the global feats. Up to you, pick your poison. But you can see we've got 10 potency down that way and we can carry on. Okay, so the next one that I want to look at here is the Rebel fighter kills. So we're going to go in on this Ewok team. And I do only have 3 kills right now. But if you have a Leia squad, if you have Leia, you can take in like a stereotypical Leia team and you actually have 2 Rebel fighters on your squad. So Drogon counts as a Rebel fighter and Captain Rex counts as a Rebel fighter. And you also need Captain Rex to survive for the global feat. So you're able to double dip in that regard there. So as long as they are landing the kills, you are laughing. Also, Captain Rex is a support character. So if you have Zealous Ambition discs equipped, he is going to hit so hard. He has an AoE. So a lot of the time he actually is getting a lot of the kills himself. Obviously, R2 stole a few from him, but as long as he's getting them or Drogon's getting them, you're going to get credit that way for the Rebel fighters. So that is if you have Leia, but if you don't, there are a couple of other things you can do. So the next thought is against Inquisitors. I've shown you this before. I absolutely love doing it. It is a full-blown Phoenix squad. So I am going to show you the discs that I've got right now. I've added a second Amplify Agony to my setup. So otherwise, it's the exact same. I personally would like this setup if I had a Volatile Accelerator even more, or if I had more Zealous Ambition. But you're going to go in with your typical Phoenix squad. Captain Rex is the only Rebel fighter on this squad, so you want him to get the kills. And again, you also want him to survive for the global feat, so you're going to double dip that way. But his AoE does so much damage. The calling to assists that are going to happen with the Phoenix Uniques is great to just whittle everyone down. And then obviously the more Zealous Ambition you have equipped, the better. The more Amplify Agony, the better, etc. Just to hit harder. But as long as Rex is getting those kills in, you're going to get the credit for Rebel fighters. Okay, now, if that is not doing it for you, there is another one that you can go ahead with Rebel fighters. I like this one as well, which is an Admiral Raddus typical Rogue One team. It works really well against Empire squads. It's just a ton of fun. So obviously you have Raddus and then your standard Rogue One, whoever you want to take. Raddus is not a Rebel fighter, so keep this in mind. He will steal your kills if you do like his AoE or anything like that. And he does end up hitting hard because of the Zealous Ambition disc and being a support. The reason why I also took Cassian and Chirrut is so that they are able to hit hard with the Zealous Ambition discs. And like I said, this works really well against Empire teams. I really like it against troopers since you can get a few extra kills in. You can see I did the AoE with Raddus, so he stole a bunch of kills. I really just wanted to win, to be honest. But we do still get credit for the Rebel fighter kills because we did get a few with the other characters. But that is another squad that you can do if you want to just make your way through the sector and get some more kills in that way. Okay, so we also need to do Imperial Trooper unit kills. So I'm sitting at 0. I haven't started on this one yet. And these are the discs again. So 2 Amplify Agony. I'm going to add another Zealous Ambition since I just found one. So I have 2 Zealous Ambition and a Fortified. And the Zealous Ambition, again, I can't stress this enough. It just makes everybody, not everybody, but it makes a lot of these characters in this sector hit a lot harder. Especially Night Sisters and especially Imperial Troopers, since everyone that I'm going to pick here, aside from Dark Trooper, is a support character. So they're all going to hit really hard with the Zealous Ambition happening. The great thing with this is it doesn't matter who gets the kill since they're all troopers. So we're laughing that way. If you wanted to, you could do a Dark Trooper Moff Gideon team, like an Imperial Remnant team as well, to double dip on him getting kills. However, he is not a trooper, so you're not going to get the full extent in terms of, you're not going to take full advantage, I should say, of getting the kills between troopers and him. So just keep that in mind if you go that way. Okay, so let's now have a look at the mini boss. So these are the discs as of right now that I've used on the mini boss as Zealous Ambition, 2 Amplify Agony, and a Fortified. And we're going to go in. You have to do it twice because once is killing somebody with Sabine Wren, and once is a full Galactic Republic squad surviving. So just the modifier on them to keep in mind. They basically are just super beefy. But to get the kill with Sabine Wren, since she is a light side character and I want to guarantee that she's going to get it, I like to use Jedi Master Luke. He gets used quite a lot for these types of feats. So we're going to take him. And then I want to take Sabine. And I also want to take Watt to force the taunt on Jedi Master Luke. So Sabine and Grandmaster Yoda are going to hit decently hard here whenever they are doing a basic or anything like that because of the Zealous Ambition discs. But I also wanted to bring Grandmaster Yoda because we could take advantage of getting some more potency down as well while we're at it here. So essentially, anytime I can, we're just going to call Sabine Wren to make sure she gets the kill. I wanted to get at least 2 with her just to be safe. You never know. So I do end up doing that. And then as soon as I was happy with that and she got it, I was just going to start calling Grandmaster Yoda so I could take advantage again of getting potency down and get a few more ticks towards that feat this way, because again, we only need to kill one character with Sabine. So once that is done, we're laughing. If you have Volatile Accelerator equipped, you want to keep in mind that the dots have the potential to steal the kill from you. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind when you're doing anything like that, in terms of having to land kills with specific characters, that the dots could ruin that for you. So that's the first time we're done this boss. We've got the kill with Sabine Wren, and then we've got a little bit extra of potency down that way. But we do have to go in again and win with a full squad of Galactic Republic characters surviving. So keep that in mind. And normally, I mean, if you have Jedi Master Kenobi, you are probably going to use Jedi Master Kenobi. If you don't, I wanted to show you something else that would work. So this is the standard Padme team that I like to use in Conquest. And the reason why I like to use this team in Conquest for Padme is because everyone on here is a support aside from Kenobi. Obviously, he's your tank. So they will hit harder with the Zealous Ambition discs equipped. And then again, same idea with Grandmaster Yoda. We can get some more potency down in this way with him. So just keep in mind, everybody has to survive for this feat to come through. So if anyone dies, you're not going to get credit for it. You need all 5 members. So you want to take in your strongest Galactic Republic squad if possible, and make your way through. But it's pretty straightforward. I like to get rid of Anakin first just because he's a little bit annoying with his AoE. So that's just my MO in terms of that. But that is the mini boss. Okay. Let's have a look at the boss. So again, doing it twice, one with a full squad of Empire units and one with Saw Gerrera surviving. So Empire units, why not use troopers? Because we need trooper kills anyway. And they're going to hit a little bit harder with the Zealous Ambition discs. I personally don't care if I 3-star it with them or not, because I have to do it twice anyway. So if I don't 3-star it the first time, that's fine. I really just want to get the kills with troopers and also get credit for having a full Empire team. So Veers dies right off the bat for me. This honestly doesn't really matter. The modifier on this boss, though, is a little bit annoying. They essentially are just super beefy while they have buffs, which is annoying because it makes it more difficult to chew through them. But the characters that are support, so obviously Dark Trooper isn't, he's the attacker, but the other 3 characters are support. They're able to chew through the team a little bit better. And then with Stark landing any staggers or anything like that, we're able to remove turn meter. So just to kind of have a little bit more control. But again, I'm not that worried. I just want to get the kills if possible with them, get that towards this sector feat in particular, and then also the full Empire squad. So that is the first run through with this boss in particular. And then we do have to go through again because the next feat also involves Saw. And since he's not Empire, we can't double dip. All right, so I am going to change my discs a little bit for this. I have the 2 Zealous Ambition, the 2 Amplify Agony. I'm going to put my Volatile Accelerator on, and I'm going to take off Fortified. And the reason why I'm going to do this is because I'm going to do my favorite Bam Han Chewie lead. So Bam lead with the Volatile Accelerator just makes everything turn meter wise go in our favor. You do need the Zeta on his lead, so keep that in mind. And then I'm bringing Dash because he hits like a truck with Zealous Ambition. And then obviously we need Saw since we need him to survive. So you can see I shot Bosk right away. I just wanted to get him out of there so I didn't have to worry about getting stuck behind a taunt or anything like that. And then you don't necessarily need to go into Bam's stance, Whistling Birds, whatever you want to call it. I just chose to do it anyway because of the modifier on this boss. I was hoping they would hit a little bit harder, but realistically, you are going to get the kills in with Dash, and then if you happen to get any kills in with Saw, you are coming out on top as well because he is a rebel fighter, so you can get a tick towards that feat too. Okay, guys, so that is Sector 2 and what I've been using to get my way through. Hopefully that was helpful and that you are starting to pick up some more discs. I definitely recommend not necessarily like brute forcing your way into through the feats, but going through getting your discs and then coming back and cleaning up the feats afterwards if necessary, if you can't make your way through at the same time. So just something to keep in mind so you don't get frustrated or waste too much energy making your way through. Hopefully this worked though, and I will be back tomorrow as usual with Sector 3, and I will see you then.